Alright, here is the video review for the Hasbro Dungeons & Dragons Dicelings Mimic, which is, honestly, I think probably the best of all of them. I have not... The only mold... There's been a lot of different colors of a lot of different molds that they've put out. I don't have every color of all the different ones. The only full mold that I haven't messed with yet is the Displacer Beast. They've actually got two versions of that. They've got a black one, which I haven't gotten because I already have the black dragon, and I'm trying to keep them all individual colors, but, you know, we'll see on that one. And then there's a transparent bluish one for when it's invisible. I haven't messed with that one yet. But of the ones I've messed with, Mimic is far and away the best because it's just solid, it's fun. It's like it's probably the most solid of the actual dice in dice mode. Like you can freely roll it. I mean, I wouldn't get too hard with it, but it rolls just fine. There's no issues with it flipping open and popping open like some of the other ones do if it hits at a certain wrong angle. At least I haven't hit, if it is, I haven't hit it at the angle yet that would make it pop open. So if you wanted to use it as a die, it's pretty solid as that. I haven't noticed any bias. Granted, I haven't used it as a die that much. I did roll it a few times in my own online game the other day just to say I used it as a dice. But anyway, or as a die. Here he is. It's a brown die, blue logo. Got a little pink paint that splished out here on the edge. I may grab a second one to see if I can get one that's a little cleaner there. But whatever. Brown die. Very cool. And the transformation is, both modes are pretty good. It's a solid die. It's a solid, fun toy when you transform it. And the transformation is actually pretty neat. To start off, you just start off right here. There's a little kind of gap right here. You open that up. You can already see we're starting to get the Mimic's giant tongue out of here. These panels down here come out like this, and then you flatten those out to make... It's supposed to look like a Mimic chest, like a treasure chest Mimic, and it does that very well, but it also works just as well if you think of it as it's a dice Mimic. It's cool. But anyway, so open that up, open those panels down. These panels here can be a little... You're supposed to open this part first by getting your thumbnail in here, and if you get in this little hinge, sometimes you can pop that open like that. But you really got to have a strong nail or a short nail so you can get it in there and pop it open. So you pop that open, and then that unlocks this piece so you can open up the mouth. And then these panels right here, you push down here, you push in. This is a slightly softer plastic, so you can push it in there without fearing about it. This is kind of rubbery. And push those inner mouth parts in like that. And then fold this all the way down, and when this gets to a certain point, this little piece will pop out just a smidge to make the handle of the chest, and it will also pop these. You can get these out before you do it, but it's easier to just let this piece naturally pop these out at a slight angle, so you can flip those down to make the sides of the chest, and then push that all the way down. And then sometimes this will rotate too far, and you can just push that back down like that. Same over here, just push this until you can see now that naturally kind of pops those up. Open those up to form the panel. You can see there's the handle of the chest. Fold that down. You can fold this piece down. If you want it to look squarish like a chest, you can leave it like that. The tongue is on a dual hinge, so you can still bring it down and out. Then kind of close the mouth down. He's got his eyes. And if you have this kind of like that, square it up, kind of looks like a treasure chest Mimic. If you angle it back, it looks more like a dice Mimic, I guess. You could even kind of angle... If you want to make it look more like a dice Mimic, you could even angle these back pieces back to give it more of a... I'm a dice that has a giant mouth now shape. But yeah, he can chomp, which is cool. Got this big old tongue. Soft tongue is rubbery plastic, or the tongue tip is rubbery plastic. But yeah, just it's super solid in both modes. Nothing... There's not really anything the way it's built. These are all on pins and hinges. There's nothing that it can really pop off. Nothing has popped off yet. Like the dragons... Depending on whether you get a good one or not, sometimes their shoulder joints, especially on the front legs, I've had a couple where they're a little loose and like to pop off, and I've had a couple that are super solid, so it's kind of luck of the draw. This one seems all around pretty solid and not prone. I can't think of anywhere where there could be a failure point unless someone just really messed up at the factory. Like a misfired pin could maybe ruin your day on this one. But, I mean, just look at him. Look at him. He's got his giant tongue. He's gobble, 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 gobble. Got chompers. He's got teeth. The teeth are all kind of a rubbery plastic. Nice tongue texture detail inside the giant mouth. Some weird gibbly mouth parts. Some teeth on the side. Just a really fun, fantastic... I like Mimics. I think this is a cool design for a Mimic. and the fact that it transforms into a dice gets both transformers and die, because dice are fun. If you play D&D, part of the fun of D&D is getting to roll the dice. I like games like Dice Throne is a fun game where the whole point of it is to roll dice. Rolling dice is fun. It's a fun little fidgety thing, just rolling dice. This guy fulfills both needs, both action figure, transformer, dice, Dungeons and Dragons, cool monster, chompy chomp. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of this particular Diceling. They're all pretty solid. They're all neat idea. Mimic just is the pinnacle of what we've gotten so far. So yeah, definitely check him out. If you have the opportunity, if you only get one Diceling, get the Mimic. He's so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll have more Dicelings. We've got the green dragon. Still need a blue dragon to be announced because they haven't announced that one yet, oddly enough. Hopefully we'll get one. Anyway, there's the Mimic Diceling. He's very cool. Get it.